And that's live. Hey guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University. And yeah, I need to learn how to sleep more. I don't even know what else to say about that. All right, so I'm going to put this on hiatus and go and check this out. All right, let's start off with some little stuff since I'm not even, I didn't even promote this at all. So anyway, podcast number 38. All right, check this out. Right now we got Thor Ragnarok is projected to make $100 million on opening weekend. Opening weekend alone. That's pretty hot. All right, that's pretty hot. Justice League's supposed to come out around the same time. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be delayed. I don't think it'll be delayed, but I'd be shocked if it came out around the same time. There's nothing out about it. There's that one trailer. That's it. We haven't seen anything else. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep this as positive as possible. For the Avengers movie, Hawkeye has been rumored to be changing clothes. That just sounds weird, but he's apparently going to be a different person. Jeremy Renner is still going to be playing the guy, but Clint Barton is going to, as Clint Barton, he's going to be playing someone other than his identity of Hawkeye. So a lot of people are speculating on Ronin. That's a possibility. I honestly don't see what the hell the point of having Ronin in the game would be. You know, I mean, like, you're going up against Thanos. Why would you want to be Ronin? It doesn't make sense to me. So what I'm thinking, much more likely, is that he'll probably be Goliath. That's my opinion on it. All right, we'll see. We'll see what's up. But, yeah, I don't know if I necessarily want to see the whole strap thing across his chest. I don't know if I want to do that, but oof, we'll see. We shall see. In the meantime, on a little more humorous news, Stretch Armstrong. the toy that nobody asked for. Look, I know that, what do you call it? Oh, hey, Mystic FGC, what's up, brother? And Nova Bro, what's up? So we got a couple celebrities in the house. Anyway, so Stretch Armstrong. Yeah. I remember clamoring. I was like, dude, I need to have a Stretch Armstrong comic book. And, of all things, a Stretch Armstrong Netflix series. We all want this, right? Okay, so my pathetic sarcasm aside, all this stuff is really happening. Apparently this January, so a couple months from now, IDW, who has the Hasbro license, mind you, this is apparently an open license. They're planning on doing Visionaries, which I'm excited for. I loved the Visionaries when I was a kid. Those 6 issues, I told the story in one podcast how I was clamoring to get the 6th issue because I thought they only released the first 5. I could never find the 6th issue. I had some of the figures. I still remember a bunch of the magical spells, the incantations to get the things to work. I loved the Visionaries. But they're going to have Visionaries versus Transformers. This could, believe it or not, be pulled off. This could actually be pretty cool because the Visionaries, the magical, the light of the magical light, the power of the magical light. Anyway, what it is that their 3 suns of their planet have realigned. That only happens once every 10,000 years, I think it is. And when that happens, the energies of that planet switch. They go from being able to use science to no longer being able to use science but being able to use magic, to no longer being able to use magic but being able to use science again. And it keeps going like 2 sides of the same coin. So at this point in the beginning of the series, the 3 suns had aligned and boom, no more science. And now magic, which there was none, now there's magic. So if they're going to do this, they're going to have the magic side, clearly. It doesn't make sense to have the scientific guys. So they would actually be using magic against the technology. That could actually be really cool. I'd be really interested in seeing that storyline. If they pull it off right, this could actually be really good. Hyped to see the review on Captain Phasma issue number 2. Oof. I was thinking about doing Captain Phasma. I may. It's not the end of the week yet. So I may go ahead and buy that online. I did hear it's pretty good, though. So depending on what I haven't actually checked anybody else's reviews out online, either on YouTube or on the regular internet. But I'm probably going to check those out, and then we'll see what's going on. In the meantime, oh, guys, tomorrow I've got an interview pretty tentative, no, not whatever, somewhat tentatively scheduled with a comic book creator. We're gonna play it off. He's got a Kickstarter that's in process right now. So tomorrow at about this time, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, we'll see what's going on, and then looks like I've actually got a lot of comic book creators who want to do a bunch of interviews now, so that's awesome. And John Miller, the guy who I did, this would be my second interview that I did with him recently. He's really pushing to have these guys get some interviews done. So I feel good on my part that I actually did something good to help out John, also an independent comic creator, and hopefully I can do that with a couple other people also. In fact, the guy Austin at Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles. So this is actually a good thing. I'm more than happy to help out independent comic book creators all the time. So anyway, Stretch Armstrong now is apparently going to be a comic book. I never actually had the toy. I did have one called, I think it was My Pet Monster, whatever it was. There's something where it actually came out before Stretch Armstrong did, but it was a monster. And you could stretch it. I think I got it for my 4th birthday or something like that. Anyway, it would stretch. All the parts would stretch and you could rah. So if you got Stretch Armstrong, you could have Stretch Armstrong fight this guy. That would have been cool, but I never got him because this thing alone was pretty dumb. But whatever. Anyway, so it actually had the little thing in the back that you could tighten it and then you squeeze it a lot and then it lets air in, but it doesn't let the air out, so it gets bigger. Whatever. It was good for what it was. I was 4. Look at the crappy toys that we had when we were kids, all right? We didn't have anything. And Saturday morning cartoons, no other time. So anyway, after January, when the comic book starts coming out, we're actually going to wind up getting a Netflix series for Stretch Armstrong. I guess since there's no more, nobody's hearing anything from Plastic Man, which is a shame. That should happen pretty soon with Dark Knights, but with the Metal series. But and more on that in a little bit later. And the Elongated Man, Mr. Dibney, I don't see anything from him. But and Reed Richards is apparently dead/God. He's God dead anyway. So Oh, there is a. First off, talking about. What is this? What do you record with and where do you record? I record in my sunroom. It's called the Solari room with a air conditioning / boiler right over here behind this wall. So I have to filter out my sound an awful lot. I just use my standard, what the hell is the name of this thing? The Logitech HD 1080p. If you ever go and look at the top 10 webcams to use, I think this video came out in 2015. It's actually number 10 of those, and for me it works really well. My internet's not the greatest, and then I got the Blue Yeti back here. My sound sucked beforehand. Before I actually used to use my iPhone. Great for recording, but if you don't have a separate sound device, like a separate microphone, you're screwed. And I'm not talking about attaching a microphone to the damn thing, because that doesn't work. I did that and actually made my voice worse. I had the thing right here and it still made my voice worse. So even then I had to be this close to it to make that thing work. So go and check out some of my older videos from a year ago. Forget about it, man. Ridiculous. So anyway, those are things that I record with. And then right now I'm actually using XSplit to do my live streams, and I have an older version of what the heck is it called? What the heck is it called? It's right here. It's actually still open. Oh, there we go. Vegas Pro, Sony Vegas Pro, but I'm using version 13. Version 15 just came out recently. So yeah, I'm not planning on upgrading. This thing works just fine. Anyway, and I use my desktop. There's a whole lot more power in the desktop than there is in my laptop. I used to actually record with that, but yeah, this works a lot better. So anyway, yeah, I know you're doing your videos over there, Nova Bro. I like a lot of stuff that you got. Pretty good stuff. More reviews. That's what I'm going to recommend. More reviews. We'll have more to talk about. I don't mind. Seriously, I don't mind you promoting on my channel. I know that there's kind of like a standard. There's no reason for you to get deleted. So, all this aside, Colin Trevorrow was apparently fired from the making of Star Wars. That's interesting. Now, the word on the street there is that it was actually Kathleen Kennedy who is one of the bigwigs over there. When you think about who Kevin Feige is for the Marvel Universe, for the Star Wars universe, both under the Disney flag, Kathleen Kennedy is the bigwig over there. And apparently, they, what's his name? Colin decided to screw the pooch, so to speak. Okay, that actually came out wrong. That's how you say the term, but I'm not saying that he had anything unsolicited. No. Rather, you know the situation that a lot of these newer directors will get into? I mean, you got the older directors like Scorsese and Ron Howard and all them who are just, they can do whatever they want, right? Because they've proven themselves time and time again. It's kind of like back in the day with basketball. You know, I don't watch basketball anymore. But back in the day, when I used to watch basketball, it was good. You had trash talkers, all right? You had the biggest trash talker of all time was Larry Bird, for crying out loud, as far as I'm concerned, all right? There are people who trash talk more, but they're not deserved of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something you got to earn. Larry Bird has rings for miles on his face. He looks like, you remember that old image of Hal Jordan going full parallax, all right, when he was bad, when he went up and he killed a bunch of lanterns and all that stuff. That's how Larry Bird looks with all his rings, just you know what I'm saying? And he used to talk a lot of trash. He could back it up. He was bad mother fathead, all right? And going up at like his one-on-ones with Magic Johnson, with Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan had his own magic. That was great. That was great stuff. I know they paired those Jordan and Bird up for the what do you call it? The McDonald's commercials and all that. I don't know if you guys remember that. All right, through the hoop, in the down the rim, over the top, past the wall. All those were great commercials back in the day. But I wish J.J. Abrams would direct the trilogy. He wouldn't do a bad job. I'm pretty sure of that. But they do want to get a bunch of different, and I don't have a problem with that. They do want to get a bunch of different people together to give different visions for this. It's all good stuff. So, but yeah, having one person do it, I won't have a problem with that. In fact, George Lucas just recently asked, "Can I direct the 9th one? Because I would like to direct the 9th one." Maybe. He did a good job on the first one, the original first one. All right, episode 4. He did a great job on that. But he wasn't alone. Anyway, so and he didn't direct the Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. That wasn't him. He did, however, have full direction control over Phantom Menace. So that right there, that kind of, yeah, no good, no bueno. So anyway, a lot of these new directors, you know, they'll have like a hit movie, and all of a sudden they think that they're God's gift. You know, it's like, yeah, that's right, man. I'm the new Scorsese. You know what I'm saying? I could take all these other guys. You ain't nothing, man. You ain't nothing. That could be beginner's luck. That could be whatever, you know? Everybody likes a fresh new look on something, you know? But you haven't earned a goddamn thing. You know what you've earned? You've earned the opportunity to work on this movie, and it can be taken away. And it was. So apparently he was talking a lot of trash, and he was all like, you know, this is going to be done my way because, you know, I'm the man. You ain't the man. You ain't the man. In fact, dick check. I want to see if you actually are a man. All right? Because, come on. You don't start mouthing off at your bosses. I mean, Scorsese could mouth off his bosses. That's like the 3rd time I mentioned him. But you get my point, right? There's no need to be talking trash like that. Absolutely no need whatsoever. So he's out. And you don't mess around with Kathleen Kennedy. And that's what I got out of this. I don't have any problem with that at all. None at all. In fact, if there is a big problem with it, I might have to actually wonder about the concept of misogyny in that regards, because literally a lot of times that's happened. You mess with the big dog, you mess with the producer, you mess with the person in charge, and all of a sudden you're out. Nobody's got a problem with that. And yeah, I don't think there should be an issue here. Yeah, you don't do that. You're right, Nova Bro. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? That's the initial saying that you give to a dog when you get one. Don't bite my hand. I will knock you the hell out. You're still a puppy. Anyway, so Tom King. There is an interview out right now. It's all written. So anybody who's only used to texts and all that stuff and Twitter, you're not going to dig it. But there's a really good interview out now with Tom King over on, shoot, I didn't write it down. Excuse me, not Newsweek. Damn it. I can't remember which one it is. Look it up. It's a newer interview with Tom King. He's the guy who's currently writing Batman. Oh yeah, really good stuff. I knew that he was former CIA. That's the reason why in the beginning issues of Batman, he was doing all these weird different gadgets that we'd never seen before. Yeah, I'm digging it. Hey, Sean Sandry, good, awesome. My man on the streets is in right now. This constantly getting all sorts of good stuff. Sometimes I'll actually be reading the article. He'll be like, boom, let me tell you all about the article. It's like, I'm not finished reading it yet. Fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. The main thing that he does is he talks about how he got into writing comics, which is, wow. Wow. How do you get into drawing comics? Everybody says this. Every time that you go and you see an artist, they'll tell you the same thing. Dude, just keep drawing. Put your stuff out on the internet. Go ahead and submit. Do all these different things. But those of us who like to write, like I can, I do draw. I don't think I'm particularly good at it anymore because I haven't practiced in a ridiculously long time. But yeah, you could absolutely state that I prefer writing over drawing. And when you write, and you want to submit to a comic book company, there's no way to submit to these comic book companies. None. You can't submit. They got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we're not taking submissions. Well, when are you? Yeah, we don't. Well, how do you break in? Here's the way they break in. Write a novel. Write any kind of a book, really. You know what I'm saying? But write something. Preferably a novel. That means a fiction book. For anybody who doesn't understand, when somebody says, oh, a fiction novel, that's redundancy. A novel is a work of fiction, a fictional book. So that aside, excuse me, yeah, write a book, and that's apparently how you get in. So you write it, and then you submit the book. Be like, listen, I just wrote a book. He literally wrote a book just to get it published so that he could start writing comic books. You go and check out the article, how his mom went and sent him a bunch of comics. He hadn't really been reading comics for a long time since he was a little kid. He was a recluse, so he never even talked to the other kids who used to like comic books. So he didn't know anybody else who liked comic books and understood the comic books like he did, So he was suddenly able to get in because he took the approach. Who he was following... I forget who specifically. He mentioned a bunch of people, though. He mentioned, like, Warren Ellis and all that stuff. He mentioned one writer in particular. Oh, Meltzer. Meltzer? Yeah, I think Meltzer. Anyways, he mentioned him. And he's like, yeah, the dude wrote a book, submitted it. They're like, okay, sure, you can come and write for us. That's how you prove yourself. You get yourself published, and then they will publish you. So, okay. Watch, Professor Bill is going to be slacking a little bit on the channel because I think I'm going to start writing myself. I wouldn't mind getting into writing. I don't even need to write like 40 different characters and things. No, just give me a character and literally whatever character you give me, I'm going to try and pull a Warren Ellis on it and be like, oh, bing, saying flip mode on it. Give me Sleepwalker. All right, give me Sleepwalker. I'll try and make Sleepwalker awesome. People are like, Sleepwalker? Oh, okay, a couple more people in here. Mystic FGC. I suck at drawing. I can't even draw a perfect circle, but I can write. Love writing. Dude, I know what you mean. Isaiah Quinn, what's up, brother? FGC. I see somebody in the chat. Give me a moment. Even my stick figures are ugly. So he got into writing comics, and that is freaking sexy. Nova Bro, sorry I had to leave for a second. And make her awesome. Oh, Sean. All right, you got me. Watch. Can I write a comic book where I just say she sucks every single word bubble, thought bubble, every single text block? My bane. You figured it out. Is going to be back into drawing Thor. Oh, it's saying that my coming out. I forget which issue that is. It should be the one apparently where Jane Foster dies. That's going to suck. That's going to be sad. I may cry for that one. I'm just saying. I mean, not cry. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say was that. There will definitely be many dust particles flying around that day, and I'm certain I will get many of them in my eyes. That's what I meant. Come on, man. No true Scotsman. Anyway, so, yeah, dude. He's going to be contributing at least a little bit of art to that, and I'm excited. All right, because I'm actually a member of the Walter Simonson Appreciation Society. It's on Facebook, and I actually got to have a one-on-one conversation with him a couple of times. He answers that thing like crazy. He's awesome, and I can't wait until one of these days he could try and maybe come. Maybe I have to go down to Jersey again, saying and see him. But worst case scenario, I'm hoping that he is able to come up to Toronto for something pretty soon, and then I'll be able to actually see him, get him to sign my my first appearance of Beta Ray Thor and all that good stuff, because hell yeah. So Isaiah Quinn, I feel like could probably write a decent comic book for one of my favorite DC or Marvel characters. I want to go into the comic book industry, but I'm in the military for now. Oh, where are you at, dude? I served. Where are you serving at? What's your what military branch, and what's your MOS, dude? Nova Bro, does anybody got Discord? Because I have a server just for comic book reviews. No, I have heard of Discord, but I don't actually use Discord. So I have to figure all that stuff out because I'm a nerd like that. Well, damn it, why else would you be here, Nova Bro? So while I'm waiting for Isaiah to hear that and respond, what do we got here? Oh, there's a brand new Elder of the Universe. You guys just saw I put up my most recent Explained in a Minute. That was the Grandmaster today. The what do you call it? He's the most powerful and is the most famous? I don't know, but he's definitely the most powerful of the Elders of the Universe. And now there's a new one. If you guys read the digital comic, it's digital only. Thor versus Hulk, or Hulk versus Thor, whichever one's interchangeable. They're going to be fighting the Collector at some point. Excuse me, not the Collector, the Champion of the Universe. They're going to be fighting the Champion of the Universe at some point. Pretty cool. Pretty coal stuff. It's a 6-part, online only. If it's online, that usually means it's going to be a weekly comic, so that's pretty cool. I already did my review for it. If I didn't put it up today, then I put it up last night. I can't remember. I think I put it up yesterday. Anyways, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's actually Odin's son, the worthy Thor. He's got his hammer and all that good stuff, and it's Banner Hulk. So it's completely what if, but I'm digging it. I'm digging the hell out of it. And a couple of funny tropes in it. Anyway, they introduced really quickly a brand new Elder of the Universe, the Promoter. She's just some girl who promotes all of the Champion of the Universe's fights. That's it. So Trico Slatterus comes up, he's going to fight somebody, and the Promoter comes out, and she's like, and coming up, she got the big old school 3-ring circus bullhorn. It's freaking hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. So, yeah, there's a new Elder of the Universe. Go figure. There will not be an Explained in a Minute on that. That's not going to happen. Anyway, Captain America is in jail. So, a little bit of a prequel for the upcoming... what is it? There's not only going to be issue number 695 of Captain America. That's where there's going to happen also. But on top of that, in Secret Empire Omega, issue number 1, and I believe it's just going to be a one-shot. So I hate when they do issue 1. Just say one shot. It's not that hard. Hyphen S.H.I.E.L.D. That's it. Done. But anyway, MOS 92W, 92 Whiskey, National Guard. Me, former military from 93 to 98. So 6 years, Army, and I was 11 Bravo. Everybody knows that one. I was infantry. I also did 88, it's funny, I had to do 88 Mike, which is truck driver. My eyesight wasn't good enough to actually be in the infantry, so I left and I went off and I did that. But the division that I was in, they said, listen, this is an infantry division, you're a truck driver in an infantry division, but I don't care who you are, I don't even care if you're a freaking cook, everybody has to be 11 Bravo qualified. Everybody has to be infantry qualified. So, cool. So I got to go to a 2-week infantry school instead of the regular 5-week. Which is all cool, and I did all that good stuff. Yes, Dick Fillmore, the real Thor and Hulk. Anyway, so I knocked that out, and I also did my expert infantry badge, which was only 2 weeks. And that's just a school where you have to do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups in 2 minutes each, not total. I couldn't do that. And the run, I had to do a 2-mile run in, how many minutes was that? So less than 11 minutes. I think it was like 8 minutes. My standard was always like 11 minutes when I'm just doing whatever. I'm just like keeping pace and just going. But when I'm actually trying to move, well, not anymore. I'm older now. But anyway, yeah. Dude, I don't know what 92 Whiskey is. So tell me what that... I know a bunch of them, but I don't know what 92 Whiskey is. Anyway, yeah, give me a heads up. So, Boom. We're talking about, oh yeah, so Captain America, there's two Captain Americas now. There's the evil Captain America and the good Captain America, which came from the memory of that, what do you call it? It'll actually make you sick if you eat it like that. But if you just pluck this thing up and then take a bite, and maybe eat the whole thing, but at least take a good bite, you're set, so you don't have to worry about all that stuff. Guys, please tell me if I'm glitching at all, because my stream looks like glitching. And that's kind of freaking me. So please give me a heads up. Anyway, what else do we got? Marvel Legacy. Marvel Legacy is going to be a 50-page one-shot. There's supposed to be a surprise return on the last page. So there's supposed to be a last page reveal. It's supposed to be all sorts of free. It's going to break the internet. Yeah, nothing actually breaks. What are you going to do? That sucks. Sorry, guys. I hope that it doesn't do that on the actual regular feed. So once I actually wrap this, Uncle Ben is one of them. I don't think it's going to be him. That would be dumb. But Captain Marvel. Yeah, I think it might actually be if it were business law. And some of those things in business law are to avoid suits. This right here is a non-issue. All they have to do is make sure they don't get a crappy lawyer. So you should consider getting Charles Soule, the Marvel lawyer. Charles Soule actually used to be a lawyer. Or get Legal, the character that he created, to be a rival to Matt Murdock. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what do you call it? Yeah, I see, what's his face? Why does the stream keep doing this? This is actually really annoying. Anyway, this lawsuit isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to work. All right, Hasbro is not going to be able to sue DC. If I were to write something cool, like a poem, let's say, and I put it up on the internet, boom, we're done. We're done. The conversation is over. If you try and steal that poem, you will get in trouble, because I've already got on the internet. That is a precedent that I put the thing up first. You have to be able to prove that you made that poem before I put it on the internet, at the very least. You understand? Same exact deal with this. Bumblebee, that character Bumblebee, is one, a ripoff of Wasp, which, whatever. DC and Marvel have ripped characters off of each other since the beginning, so who cares? I really don't care about that. But Bumblebee did come into existence before the Marvel Comics version of Bumblebee, which is actually Budinsky. Is it Bob Budinsky? I think it's Bob or Joe Budinsky. I think it's Bob Budinsky is actually the guy. He was the Marvel writer. He was the guy who wrote the first couple of issues, for the first 4 issues, I believe, of the Transformers comic book. And yeah, he's the one who actually named Bumblebee. Hasbro did nothing. Nothing. All they did was they made Transformers toys. Like, listen, we'd like you to make the comic book and promote these things. You know, what do you got for names, and what other kind of characters do you think that you got that we could do? And they said, oh yeah, here you go. Boom, 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 boom. Marvel doesn't do that anymore because they've lost so much money doing stuff like that. Like the idea that they can't do ROM Space Knight anymore, they can't do the Micronauts anymore, they can't do the Transformers or G.I. Joe anymore. There's so many different characters that they've really invested in making them super awesome. Hey, my stream is really healthy right now. Let's see how long that lasts for. But, what do you call it? Yeah, I just think that, sorry, I'm reading something. I got to put that on hiatus for a moment so I can finish this thought. Marvel has lost so much. Like, for instance, a lot of people always wonder, when did Rogue absorb Carol Danvers' powers permanently, you know, and put her in that coma and all that stuff? That actually happened in the pages of ROM, the Space Knight. I think it was issue number 34. Can't remember exactly. There were 50 issues of it. Anyway, it was one of those issues. So Marvel can't really reprint that because they don't have the rights to even reprint those old ROM comics anymore. They have no rights over that anymore. They have the rights to the name Space Knight. That's it. So they made Icon the Space Knight. Cool. But it's not ROM. You get what I'm saying? So Marvel stopped doing all that stuff. And this is actually one of the reasons why, because of silly little stuff like this. Hasbro's not going to win. They're simply not going to. There's no chance for them to win unless they have like the OJ Dream Team and Marvel gets the local, excuse me, and DC gets like the local public defender. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way they're going to lose this. So here's the even funnier thing. I'm wondering if maybe not Chicken in the Sea, but Bumblebee Tuna. You know the Bumblebee Tuna company? I'm wondering if they're going to turn around and decide to sue Hasbro and say, no, we had Bumblebee Tuna first. See, because that's the thing. If you were to make a character like, let's say Optimus Prime, that is not a standard name of a thing or an item or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that name and use it. But a name like Bumblebee, Bumblebees exist, okay? Just to show you how confident I am of this, I could right now make a character named Bumblebee, okay? And it's just a guy who he's yellow and he can sting. He's got a stinger like on the back of his arm, and he can sting you. And he flies because his eyelashes bat really fast. Okay, just whatever, just something stupid like that. And I could put the character out there. I could draw the character and all that stuff. And as long as the likeness doesn't look like one of these guys, or the power set doesn't seem too much like one of these other guys, or that the origin story doesn't seem too much like one of these guys. Those three things, all right? As long as those three things are not too similar to these other guys, there's no chance of me losing a lawsuit. Can I be sued? Yes. Will they win? No. Absolutely not. They could try and keep me in court for a really long time and give me what is it called, cease and desists and things like that. But no, as long as I know how to defend myself, I don't even need to spend that much money on it. You know what I'm saying? But the countersuit could cost me a lot. That's the thing. That's something I would actually get a lawyer for, because that's where it's like, okay, you cost me a lot of money. You're a big company. You screwed me over. Now it's time to pay the piper. I'm the piper in this case. That being the case, no. They are not going to win this. There's no chance of them winning this lawsuit. It doesn't matter when they patented something. You can't patent the name Bumblebee because it's an actual creature. It's an actual creature. So as an example, I remember I talked to a Jewish friend who was a chemical engineer. Back when I was an electrical engineer, I had this conversation with him. I said, I went out to buy some cakes, some little cakes, and had the little K on it. Now the K is supposed to stand for kosher, right? But then I read the ingredients, turns out it wasn't kosher. And I'm just curious about that, because I personally don't care if it's kosher or not. But I'm just curious, how could they say that this is kosher, but it's not? He says, well, the trick is that they didn't say it was kosher. All they did was they put the letter K on it. I was like, yeah, but doesn't that mean that it's kosher? He's like, yeah, if you make a K and you put a circle around it, a lot of companies will say this means that it's kosher. But here's the thing. You can't patent a letter. You can't patent a letter. It's impossible. So by patenting a letter, and by a letter, I don't mean like you write a letter. No, a single letter, like the letter K. You can't patent the letter K. It's impossible. You can't patent the name of Bumblebee. What they did was they patented their character with the name Bumblebee, and that's talking about, the big yellow Transformer, the Volkswagen Beetle. He's not a Camaro. He's a freaking Volkswagen Beetle. I don't want to hear that. Anyway, and boom, that's what it is. Dick Fillmore's going to steal my... You're a funny guy, dude. Anyway, so yeah, you can't patent that. You can't, all right? So they patented the character, and they have the name attached to the patent. I think these guys should maybe consider looking at their documents. Again, I'm not a lawyer. Maybe they're going to try and find some kind of a thorough view. I completely lost that word. Anyway, but it's never going to work. There's no way they can make that work. Again, as long as DC isn't dealing with a public defender, we're fine. Okay, so, crap. What's going on up here? Nova Bro. Oh, yeah, Nova Bro. I asked you a question. Damn it. Where's my answer? I don't know what a face reveal is. So, is it just when you reveal your face? My very first video, I revealed my face. I'm sexy. I don't have a problem revealing my face. I just played. I'm going to get people like, yeah, boo. Dick Fillmore says, I served with Africa Bambata, the Zulu nation, from 78 to 98? Whoa. You served with African... First off, I thought you were a little bit younger than me. From 78 to 98? Are you... Puts a little LOL thing on it. Son of a gun. I don't like you anymore. Damn The end spell check served. Oh, maybe you were because I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, I knew it was served. You don't have to. I knew it wasn't severed. You never know what the hell you're doing anymore. Okay, funny guy. Ha ha ha. So Simonson Drive. Did you hear Gorgon and Medusa are going to be a thing in the Royals? No, that's not cool, dude. That's not cool. First off, that would never work. That would never work. Guys, look, a lot of us were nerds when we were kids. I happen to be a pretty big nerd. There are a bunch of, big nerds. I always hid my nerdiness, but I dated a lot of girls and things like that, and it's, it's cool. But, honestly, I've seen movies, and I've talked with enough guys. I've still got friends who laugh at themselves for this back in the day. When there's like a nerd, what I'm saying? Like just a smart guy, whatever, okay? Smart nerds. Nerds are supposed to be smart. Nerds and geeky. A geeky nerd, all right? You have somebody who, worships a girl. I've heard guys say this before, and very hard to not laugh at it, all right? When you have a guy who says something to the effect of, you know what, this girl, she's the most beautiful girl in the world, she's the most perfect girl in the world, and I would just worship her. I just want to put her on a pedestal. I'm not even talking about sexually or anything like that. I just love her so much, and I just want to be with her so much. Again, I'm not even saying sexual, dude. All due respect, if you're gonna be with a girl, be with her sexually. I don't know if I could emphasize that enough. You know what I'm saying? Do you need a little ka-ching? I mean, what else do you need for that? If you're gonna be with a girl, don't just put her up, because you probably won't keep her for very long, all right? And that's kind of the way that Gorgon has always been with Medusa. You know what I'm saying? My queen, my queen, my queen. Shut up. Oh, my God. Yeah, I would not be happy with that, Sean. I would not be happy with that at all. Yeah. Oh, please don't let that happen. No, please don't let that happen. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so, plus, there's 2 different ways that she could die pretty soon, man. She could die because of all the hair loss and whatnot, or she could wind up dying because these dudes are talking about killing her right now, these snark guys. They're called snarks, I love that. Okay, so, moving on. Dick Fillmore. They can be referenced the greatest space knights in Marvel. They could. And the funny, I'm going to sue you. Stop trying to sue me, man. Okay, so, let's see here. Oh, next. Scott Snyder donated, this is a really quick and simple one. Scott Snyder donated is going to donate his salary from Dark Knight's Metal issue number 2 to Hurricane Harvey relief. I'm having a hard time speaking now. So I think you got the gist, though. Dude, that's cool. When you got people like that, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's badass. That is badass. I love hearing things like that. I know that not all of us can do that. You know what I'm saying? When I was making money in engineering, when I was making money in teaching, and yeah, I was actually making good money doing teaching. University overseas, you make really good money. But, I loved the idea when you could do something like that. Okay, this work that I do this month, that money is going to go towards this. You know what I'm saying? That's a damn good feeling, And I don't know how much he's making off of that, but whatever it is, that's damn good. And it would be nice if all of us had the... I'm not going to say if all of us could do that. No, more specifically, if all of us had the ability to do that, that would be really cool. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, most of us are doing the whole paycheck to paycheck thing. That sucks. Wait, that can't be it. I had so much more than that. Didn't I? Guess not. I just got Simonson Dry. I just got 2 weeks off from school because of the hurricane. Where are you, dude? Where are you right now? Because that's not cool. Please tell me you're someplace at least around the Mason-Dixon line. I actually have a friend from Florida who just put up a post recently on Facebook. He says that he's in Tallahassee right now. They're trying to find a place to stay, but the hurricane's still coming up that way towards Memphis. Not cool, man. Not freaking cool. 2 once-in-500-year hurricanes inside of a week? I know they're not allowed to say climate change in Florida, but I'm not in Florida. I'm in Canada. Yeah, that sounds like freaking climate change. It sounds like every single thing they've been saying. So, nope. Nope, that's really all I got. Holy crap, that was really easy. Okay, well, I'm going to leave now. No, I'm joking. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to wish a happy birthday to Dick Fillmore, as I did in the very beginning. His birthday was just a couple of weeks ago, and I had promised him, God, 2 months ago? It might have been longer than 2 months ago, but about 2 months ago that I was going to finally put up the Thanos Quest and the 5 issues leading up to Thanos Quest in the Silver Surfer. Well, guess what, brother? Let me get over here. Publish. Happy birthday. There's your Thanos Quest. So, yeah, I've got Thanos Quest up now. I don't know when I'm going to do the, Oh, for crying out loud, what's it called? The Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know when I'm going to do Infinity Gauntlet or any of that stuff afterwards, but I will eventually get to it, make no mistake. Probably before the Avengers movie comes out. Probably around the time that the first trailer comes out. I'm going to do the Spotlight on Story for Infinity Gauntlet. And that's going to be a great opportunity to just go wholesale on a whole bunch of characters and just make Explained in a Minute for all those characters that I otherwise wouldn't have. I'm going to have to do an Explained in a Minute for Eric Masterson, case in point, which doesn't hurt me at all. I liked Eric Masterson. I got his first appearance again. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, yeah. First off, Sean Sindri, you're in Houston, Texas? Awesome. Wait, no. Shit. So were you... I don't like cursing, sorry. Geez, you're like, 2 miles away from freaking from Mexico proper. I used to live out in Belen, New Mexico, which is like 45 minutes outside of Albuquerque. So I know the area fairly well. So I hope that you weren't hit, because that sucks. That's like some scary stuff right there, man. I used to live in Ohio, which was Tornado Valley, and there were a lot of times we'd be, all inside of one room because we didn't have a basement, hiding from a freaking tornado that was outside. I've actually seen tornadoes. They're freaking scary, man. But, what do you call it? So, Spider-Man will be Inhumans, Once and Future Kings. How old is he? Oh, jeez. How could he even be in it? I don't know. He would have had to been... No, that doesn't make sense. See, this is the thing. Once and Future Kings is going to be is a retcon. You know what I'm saying? It's a running retcon. So it's hard to say how old he would be in there, because the Inhumans came out in like the third year of... Third, fourth? 12, 24, 36? Yeah, third year that Spider-Man, just the beginning of the fourth year that Spider-Man was in existence. And at the time of the before there was a Marvel sliding time scale, they used to have the 4-to-1 ratio, meaning every 4 years that passes in our time is 1 year that passes in the Earth 616 timeline. So he would have been 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? When that happened. Maybe he would have just turned 16. So he'd be really young. He'd be in the pinnacle of his trash-talking days, and it could actually be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see how that's going to go. And how do you feel about Bloodstorm joining Blue? X-Men. He's talking about X-Men Blue in this. It's funny that you say that, because joining Blue, you remember in the Black Panther and the Crew comic, the 6-issue miniseries, Ta-Nehisi Coates. God, I love him, and I can't wait. I just got this thing signed by... what do you call it? Stelbreeze over here, which was pretty cool. And I can't wait to actually get the chance to meet Ta-Nehisi also, and just try and have a quick conversation with him. He seems like a really down-to-earth guy, huge comic book fan when he was a kid. Wolverine was always his favorite growing up. I just feel like there would be a lot that I could talk to him about and try and get an interview with him. That would be freaking amazing. That being said, where was I? Just right here. Yeah, in the Black Panther and the Crew, Aurora Monroe, Storm, is called Blue in that, so that's actually funny that you said that. And you said, I'm fine, just got bad storms, thanks for being concerned. I'm absolutely concerned. I'm concerned about everybody, legitimately. Yeah, it's a messed up enough world as it is without natural disasters freaking tearing us up, you know what I'm saying? So, what do you call it? Yeah, I'm actually really excited for that idea. I'm actually really cool. First off, I'd be cool if Storm, Aurora Monroe, actually left Is she actually going to be an X? I thought that maybe she'd be an X-Men Gold, because she's not doing anything in X-Men Gold. She's got like no role whatsoever. So I'm of the opinion, let her just go off on her own. You know, she's in Black Panther right now. Maybe she's actually going to get back together with T'Challa. I'd be totally down with that. But regardless, in fact, I'm going to shoot to try and get the what is it called? And Explained in a Minute for Bloodstorm. Maybe this Tuesday. Because then after that, I've just got to start hitting hard on the lesser-known Justice League characters, and especially on the lesser-known Thor Ragnarok characters, namely like Valkyrie and all them. I have, what's her name up? Hela, and quite by coincidence, because of crossover, I wound up getting up the Collector. So, excuse me, Grandmaster, which just came out today. Jeff Goldblum's character in the movie. So that was a very happy coincidence. 2 birds, 1 stone. Love it. Anyway, that's really all I've got. I don't think I've got anything else. Yeah. There are a lot of people out with some really bad news right now. So one of them is actually my buddy Lewis from over in the Geek Fortress. He's got some bad news happening with him right now. I really wanted to have him on the podcast today, but I just didn't even ask him because things are really rough with him right now. Sean's dry down in frickin' Houston. In the aftermath of a hurricane. Also, I'm from Jersey, dude, so Hurricane Sandy was just there recently. And your Ted Cruz guy saying he doesn't want to donate any money, not just him donating, he doesn't want any government funds going to Sandy relief. Yeah, fortunately, I'm not the same kind of person. I say screw Ted Cruz, but you guys absolutely deserve a lot of relief. And I hope that Donald Trump decides to keep to his promise of donating $1 million out of his personal accounts, because that would be nice. Every little penny helps, you know. But all that being said, yeah, I just lot of crappy things. Hey, one more thing. How would you feel if Miss Marvel and young Cyclops became a thing? Since they're both the leaders of the de facto leaders or champions, I would have no complaints about that whatsoever. None whatsoever. Her parents would probably be pissed. You bring home white men? What is this? That's more an Indian accent than a Pakistani accent. Anyways, you get my gist. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I think that would actually be pretty cool. I don't know about always having the... with who. Sometimes it does sound kind of soap opera-ish, and that's why I oftentimes try to stay away from that. But for the most part, like those two specifically, I feel like they're awesome with each other. You know what I'm saying? They're both willing to relinquish leadership to each other and count on each other for the different things that they're good at. You know, like Cyclops, you're not going to find somebody better at tactical maneuvers than him besides Captain America. And yes, I said it and I stand by it. But yeah, he's freaking amazing like that. But when they're not in combat, she is absolutely a fantastic leader. And I think that they can both learn from each other in that regard. So if they were to have a tryst at the very least, dude, have at it. Have at it and take pictures and post them on the internet. I'm joking. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm just clearly tired now. All right, guys, let me get this thing ready. Anyways, guys, go over and check. I already know that Dick Fillmore left me. He's like, screw you. You already put up the spotlight on story for Thanos Quest? I'm out. He didn't even say goodbye, and I understand entirely. Anyway, guys, I'm going to peace out. You guys go ahead and check out the spotlight on story, Infinity Quest. Most of the characters are up there. All the guys that Thanos kills, plus Thanos himself. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.